Hi, this is Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Um, Today's Sunday. It's been a lazy Sunday. I'm chilling here with my blanket, and what better do you want a lazy Sunday than to clean? So today I'm doing an old-fashioned makeup declutter. I do have a couple disclaimers. All this stuff I did buy with my own money, except one thing, and that is a gift from somebody. I'll get there when I get there, why I'm getting rid of it. And that I probably won't sell, but the intent is to sell most of what I'm getting rid of today, because most of it is near new. And that's kind of the next thing I did want to point out, is that almost everything here is unused, or has been used like literally once or twice. There's only a couple items here that have actually been used, like used. A lot of them you'll just see have my finger marks from where I swatched them, and that's it. The lipsticks have never been used. I have blushes that have never been used, whole palettes that have never been used, highlighters, whatever. Want it all gone. Want to get some space for stuff I'm using. And I just thought I'd share with you what I'm getting rid of. I think it's really cool sometimes to share why you haven't used something, or kind of what happened if that product, like why I bought it and never used it. So I sorted everything by brand. I do have a couple brands in here that have a lot, or at least like there's a couple in here that have more than one. This isn't an actual representation, I guess, of how I feel about the brand. One of these brands for a long time was just my favorite brand, and I bought every single product of every single release because I thought I needed to. And now that I'm just an adult and I have more, I guess, like, I know more about consumerism and knowing how they get you with marketing, I'm like, I don't need anything. So I'm starting with A. So who's first? The very lovely Anastasia. So today I'm getting rid of the Aurora palette. Here we go. You can see the vibrant colors, and you can see what I mean, that I've literally only just like swatched these one time and then never used them again. This palette, it looked really cool. I'd had my eye on it. I think I got it at like a VIB sale, so I finally was able to get it, and I brought it home and literally haven't opened it since. I think I have other Anastasia highlighters. I have Moonchild. I have the Sugar highlighter palette. There's so many great highlighters. I just don't need this. I don't need it, and I want to give it to somebody who's going to use it, or pass it along to somebody who will like it, who will get use out of it. And yeah, so there we go. The other two are these Anastasia lipsticks. They're minis, and they came in a trio, but I think a Christmas trio. I think it was like, I don't know. This was just last Christmas I got these, but I used the other one. It's a brown one. I liked it. It wasn't my favorite. Never found myself reaching for these. Never used them. I think I might have opened them to see what they look like, but besides that, that's it. So these are going. Hopefully somebody else can enjoy them. The next brand, it's actually something I'm a little disappointed that I've never really grabbed, but it's ColourPop, the Golden State of Mind palette. I'm obviously from California, so as most Californians, we have a little bit of a soft spot for ColourPop. But I got this palette, and I think I got it in like an Ipsy or something, or maybe I paid extra from Ipsy to get it, but literally I have not even touched a shade at all. Not one of these shades has been touched, and I've never reached for it, and as long as I have it, and it kind of became a thing where I kept telling myself, like, okay, I want to touch it, I want to play with it, I want to play with it, and then I pretty much got to a point where I knew I was going to get rid of this the next time I decluttered. My next one is Dose of Colors. I have two lipsticks. These are actually from the Desi and Katie collection. I kept almost everything from that collection. I have the highlighters, I have everything else. I love it. These two lipsticks just aren't, I think, good for, I just don't really care for the colors. When I saw them, there's one called Hot Fire and one called Savage, and I thought they were like a red and like a deep purple, but Hot Fire is like a very orangey red, and the Savage I thought was like a plum color, and it's actually more of like a Merlot, like a very, very deep red. There's quite a bit of Kat Von D lipsticks. These have 100% never been used, but all of these are cool colors, to be honest. Like one's Mother, that pink color. There's Cathedral and Thin Lizzy, which are both like a nude color. I don't want to open it for you, but you know, they're just nudies. And then I have Homegirl, which is this purple. Like this is what I thought the other color was going to be, to be honest. So, but yeah, like 3 nudie pinks and 1 purple basically is like what we got. This is the Sephora and Pantone collection of lip glosses that came out a while ago. And here's the deal with these. I wanted to like these, and I still do. Like I'm looking at them and thinking like, holy crap, they look like they're going to be gorgeous. I didn't realize that they were like, I'm dumb because I'm pretty sure it said lip gloss, but I guess I just didn't realize they were lip glosses. I thought they were matte lips. So I got these thinking I was going to get these bomb, cute, like, can you imagine this yellow as a matte lip? Like, hello, these just look so adorable. Well, they're lip glosses. But it kind of reminds me of like an old Beatles performance or something, like Technicolor. I don't know. Did somebody else get those vibes? Just me? Okay. We're moving on over here. So my next one is the Jeffree Star Platinum Ice highlighter palette, and I think this is the same thing as the other one. I've opened it. As you can see on a couple, I've taken 1 finger swipe, and that's it. And this is kind of the same. He had a big collection come out a couple years ago. There was this one and the 24 karat palette, and I gravitated towards the 24 karat palette. I used that up. I used it to death. Okay, not to death. It's still alive, and plus his pan size is like freaking huge. I mean, literally look at this. I'm fat, but like, look, it's the size of my non-fat head. I'm ready for something different in my life. So the next thing, and I'm really, really sad to part with this because this was like, this was Monday. But this is the Marc Jacob Omega Bronzer in Tantric. And so this is one of the items that I've used like a little bit. And it's so hard to tell because this pan is freaking huge, but you can kind of see that there's some brush imprint. But I mean, I haven't even used it enough to mess up the pattern or anything. This is just too orange. So my affair with the Marc Jacob bronzers, I have more than one. I have a couple different ones of these, and I just don't love them because I thought this one was a shade darker. No, it's a shade oranger, not darker, oranger. So I use this. My sister said I looked like a tomato in the car, and I never wore it again. So I wanted to love this, but just time to go. Time to fly home. I also feel kind of bad about getting rid of this one too. It's the Ofra Madison Miller collection. I've only, again, this is one of those things where I've literally just put my finger in it and then never used it again. This is actually not even that old. I think it's only like a month or two old. This color doesn't do it for me. It's just peach, and I'm not a peach blush kind of girl. Y'all know I love my purples. Hives. Looks like I have hives. So hopefully someone will get some good use out of this. I love Ofra. Okay, by the way, that Madison Miller one I got from Ipsy, if I didn't already say it. This is another thing I got from Ipsy. Again, I literally swatched it, just ran my finger through it. Never used it. It looks purple, and you're probably like, Katie, don't you love purple? This is deceptive in the viewfinder. This is hot pink. And again, it just makes me look like I'm sick. Those pinks and peaches just pull the redness out of my skin. The next two items are actually from Pure. and I think they're both Boxy Charms, if I'm not mistaken. It's not that I don't like Pure. I just feel like I've never sat down to use these. This is a cute palette. I think at the time this came out, it was around the time when everyone was releasing one of those like golden skate palettes with a pop of blue. Like, I literally think like Kim Kardashian did, just a ton of brands. Jeffree Star, the tropical palette from Natasha Denona. I don't know. It never called to me. And then the other one is this Pure Soiree Diaries. And I know I've swatched one color on this one. Literally one color I've swatched. It's because I stuck my finger under there. So the tape is still on this. It's just a very dark palette. And as you can see, I have deep set eyes. So I don't wear super dark colors like this. I haven't grabbed it over other ones. So the next brand, this pains me. This is painful. I don't dislike this brand, but sometimes their stuff is boring. You know what I'm talking about. When I say it, you're gonna understand. It's Tarte. Okay. I've got a couple things from Tarte. There was a while where I thought Tarte was like my makeup brand, where I was like, you know what, if I could think of a brand that describes me and my aesthetic, it's Tarte. If I was a booty guru, I could go to Bora Bora with Tarte. However, what I think I associate Tarte with now is beige, the color beige. Does that make sense to anybody else? I feel really bad for saying this. Tarte, please don't. Please send me something. Not still, because you haven't yet, but don't let this deter you. So I have two blushes, one in Quirky and one in Party. I don't think I've ever touched these, like, genuinely. So this is Party. I think this one was like the birthday one from a couple years ago, like for the Sephora birthday set. And then this one, I think, came in a set of something. A lot of people have called these like reliables, that the pans are really deep and that they last you. And the next one I have is the Tarte, and there's been two of these. So this is the first one, the Clay Play. Yeah, I got this thinking it was going to be the best. And as you can see, again, literally ran my finger through everything. That's it. I don't look at this and feel inspired, and I'm very sorry to say that. And I think I was seduced by the packaging, as we sometimes all are. And finally, the big one, Too Faced. I love Too Faced still. To me, when I look at Too Faced's makeup type, the type of makeup, not the quality, we'll get there in a bit. But when I look at the type of makeup that Too Faced produces, like, that's what I'm like, that's what makeup. To me, like, when I was a little kid and I thought of makeup, and I'm like, ooh, wearing like bright colors, lots of glitter. And pretty much I just bought anything that Too Faced put out. The problem with Too Faced is sometimes their products are hit and miss. So I'll start with collections, okay? Because I have collections. So the very first collection is the I Want Candy collection that was done with Candy Johnson. But when her collection came out, again, I just thought, I was like, oh my god, this is exactly makeup. There's cool things, there's colors and bright pops. And so I bought everything, and now I just have a ton of it. So the two things are these two lipsticks. One is called Sweet and Sour, and one is called Tropical Punch. Just, they're kind of bright. But you know how just sometimes you're just, it's been a year, I haven't reached for it. Someone else can reach for it. The other is the actual I Want Candy palette. There's a couple things I'm keeping from this collection, but not this. Not this. This palette, I actually used this palette a couple different times. Everybody talks about the Nikkie Tutorial scandal with Too Faced. Why are we not talking about this one? I have pictures. I had such problems with this palette. Fallout, the colors weren't there. It was like I was packing and packing and packing. So I just think it's time to pass this along. You know, somebody who loves candy, who's going to want it, maybe somebody who missed out on it the first time. And the last thing, this is the one gift. By the way, last thing from this collection. Still got some more to go. This was a gift, and so I'm very, very sorry. And here's the deal. I love it. I have 3 of them. Those powders are never ending. I haven't even gotten into the second one, and I'm still on the first one. I haven't gotten to the second one, and I don't need a third one. I don't know if I'm going to sell that one yet because that is, you know, it was a gift. I'm not trying to profit. Maybe I'll give the proceeds to her. The next collection is actually not the original Sweet Peach. Basically, I bought almost the entire collection. I didn't even do it at one time. That was the sad part. Like, I didn't have the money. So I remember, like, I bought, like, the foundation stuff the first week. And then the second week I did this. And the second week I got the lipsticks or whatever. So basically, I have a bunch of stuff from that collection. And that collection had a lot of hits and misses. The first is the Sweetie Pie Bronzer. I know people have talked a lot about this because it's like, what is it? It's a highlighter, bronzer. There's pink in there. And I've used this a bit. I've tried. You can actually see like finger imprints and stuff like that. Hopefully you can enjoy that Sweetie Pie bronzer. The next thing is the Peach Blur. And this was supposed to be a blurring powder. I just wasn't positive that this was doing anything. I never really felt like I was blurred. So the next products are, there's 3 of them, and it's the Peach My Cheeks blushes. The problem is that it's a cream product and it's hard to get to. As you can see, I literally put my fingers on here once and then was like, oh, that was messy and difficult. I don't want to do it anymore. And the last thing I've got is some Too Faced palettes. So the first are these mini white chocolate and chocolate chip ones. These are fine. They're just not, I've never reached for them. I thought I liked them. I didn't like them. Now these ones are hard for me. There's 2 more Too Faced palettes. There's the Chocolate Bonbon palette. Barely used. This just isn't my favorite palette. Same with the Clover. Oh, I feel really bad because this one's just gorgeous. It's honestly gorgeous. It reminds me of the newer palettes that they're coming out with, the spiced ones. Hopefully somebody can enjoy them. So yeah, that's it. Those are all the things I'm selling / giving away. I'm going to be posting them, I think on Poshmark maybe. I have to figure it out. If they don't sell, then I will just, you know, probably give them to friends and family. My goal, in doing this, my goal wasn't to get money. But it would be a nice byproduct since I did pay for all this stuff out of pocket, you know? So yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for going through my declutter with me. And I hope you guys all have a great day. Bye.